The Voice. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
A lot has been happening in this country, and there's the latest news by the Interior Ministry with regard to passport. Do you have a passport?
Not yet, but I'm actually applying for one.
So why do you think this story is relevant to you?
Well, because I am waiting to have my passport in 3 days. according to I mean, and I have expectations like everybody else. But the Interior CS, Professor Kithure Kindiki, has announced that passport applications will be processed within 3 days, beginning September 1st. But prior to that, from May 1st, will be processed within 3 weeks. And of course, this signals a gradual reduction in processing time. People have been complaining online from north, south, east, west of Kenya. Everybody is complaining because the time that is being taken in processing these passports is insanely long. And now the new processing timeline is now being made public, and it has not been made possible because of the acquisition of more printing machines. And remember, there was a time that PS BITOC was seen receiving passport booklets. But Kenyans online have been reacting to this news because they're not really sure if this directive will be followed. Because remember the first time when CS Kindiki had declared a war on these cartels, there was a bit of a backlog again with the passport processing. And then the second time that he took the initiative, there were still cartels. And then this is now, I think, the third or fourth time that he has declared that passports will be processed within a short time. Now we wait for May 1st, and then we'll be following up, and then September 1st, which seems 3 days will be quite short, actually, Aseto. Well, Kenyans are expecting for very short processing times, but we'll be following that online. But
what you forgot to tell us is even the fourth time when he was talking about it, he was still mentioning about cartels being present. Begs the question, who are these cartels and how do we get rid of them at Nyaya House? And that is a subject that definitely we continue to focus on, and we'll be bringing the very latest in a subsequent news bulletin. But now, with regard to fighting climate change and issues associated with it, especially on matters plastics, NEMA has just banned the plastic bags mostly used for the bin bags, mostly the bin lining. Just bring us up to speed on why they have done that and the timelines that they've given to manufacturers and those importing the same.
Well, Aseto, this is in line with I know climate action is a topic that is very dear to you. You take it very dearly. And in fact, before we even came here, you asked me, now how will we dump our wastes? Anyways, this is in line with Section 12 of the Sustainable Waste Management Act of 2022, which requires the segregation and proper labeling of waste. Remember, these plastic bags have been used in hospitals, in public facilities. And by the way, Aseto, did you even know that there is a color code for waste? Of course, you're in the Planet Action space, you would be knowing this, but most Kenyans don't know that. But the National Environmental Management Authority has said that it is banning plastic bags that are used in bins, and they're requesting, or rather guiding Kenyans to use biodegradable bags. And now Kenyans online are asking, you're identifying the problem, but where is the solution? I mean, if there was to be bags being banned, there has to be bags replacing these other bags that were banned. And that is what Kenyans are raising online. Of course, there's a talk about the climate change and of course the state of climate in Kenya. President William Ruto has been forthright before in terms of mitigating climate change. But that particular bit about replacing these bags in terms of the government providing an alternative is what Kenyans are asking online. In fact, 80% of the comments I've been seeing online about this have been about the solution. Yeah.
And even as we talk about it, the question is, if you just go and have a walk in Nairobi CBD, it's really rare that you get to find bins around. So even as the government is pushing people to dispose well, maybe they also start providing solutions like you've mentioned, having bins all over the city for easy dumping, and also just civic education on the importance of proper disposal of waste. Definitely Planet Action is dear to me. Tonight we have that conversation as well, so be sure to join us from 8 p.m. But now Matatus are to be fined if they offer courier services without having prior license. This according to CAK. Why is that so?
Well, it is just in line with the law because CAK is the one that regulates, the Communications Authority of Kenya is the one that regulates courier services. And now PSVs without proper courier licenses will be fined 300,000 shillings. I know, Aseto, you know of these Matatus that you give an envelope with your document and you give you give the driver 200 shillings, 250 shillings, 300 bob. And your parcel will be delivered faster than the official routes and the official means of sending parcels. But now, if you are found doing that and you're in the Matatu industry, you'll be fined 300,000 shillings. And now Kenyans are being advised to be cautious in terms of and demand. Can you imagine walking into a Matatu company and demanding that you see their certificate of courier services? Kenyans are asking how practical that will be and how exactly this will be implemented in terms of ensuring compliance. Remember, there's been policies all over the country about different things, but enforcement is where the rubber meets the road. Of course, Kenyans online are saying the 200 shillings that we used to pay for parcels is now going to be double because of this law. But we wait to see how this one is implemented. I'm particularly interested in this one because it has been attracting a lot of comments online. But as it stands, if you are practicing without a proper courier license, you'll stand a fine of 300,000 shillings.
And I think for everyone out there who wants to sell parcels, just know that Standard Media Group is offering you Standard Courier that you can use. It is trusted, it is registered. You can come to us and be sure that we will make sure that your parcel gets to where it's supposed.